Hello and welcome back to NoStress English, the podcast that helps you speak English with more confidence and less stress. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Maya. It's great to be with you all again for episode 6. Today we have a really important topic we want to discuss.
That's right. Today's episode is called How to Sound Confident in English Without Advanced Vocabulary.
This is something so many learners worry about. They feel like they need to use big, complicated words to sound smart or fluent.
Exactly. There's this pressure, this myth that if you aren't using words like ubiquitous or plethora, you don't sound advanced.
But today, we're going to show you that the opposite is often true. Real confidence comes from clarity, not complexity.
So if you've ever felt nervous that your vocabulary isn't good enough, this episode is for you. We're going to give you practical tips and phrases that you can use right away.
Let's start by breaking down that big myth. Alex, why do you think so many people believe they need advanced words?
I think it comes from how we learn in school. We memorize vocabulary lists and think a bigger vocabulary means we are better at the language.
Right, and in our native languages, we naturally have a huge vocabulary, so we assume it should be the same in English.
But here's the secret. Native speakers in everyday conversation use fairly simple language. The goal of speaking is to be understood. If you use a very complex word incorrectly or in the wrong context, it can actually make you sound less confident.
It can be confusing for the listener.
Exactly. Let's take an example. Imagine someone in a work meeting says this: I find myself in a state of profound discombobulation regarding the overarching strategic imperatives of this endeavor.
Wow, that's a mouthful. I think I know what it means, but it's a lot.
It's trying too hard. Now, what if they said this instead? I'm a bit confused about the main goals of this project.
So much better. It's clear, direct, and everyone understands it immediately.
And that directness is a sign of confidence. You're not hiding behind big words, you're saying exactly what you mean.
That's such a great point. So, if not advanced vocabulary, what should learners focus on?
We believe there are 3 pillars of spoken confidence, and none of them are about memorizing the dictionary. They are simplicity and clarity, tone and pace, and using simple, powerful phrases.
Okay, let's break those down. Let's start with the first one, simplicity and clarity.
Right. This means choosing simple words to express your ideas. Let's do a little role play. Maya, let's imagine we're in a meeting and you want to share an idea. First, give me the overcomplicated version.
Okay, let's see. How about this? My proposition effectuates the utilization of existent resources to synergize our cross-functional capabilities.
Okay, I think I'd have to ask you to repeat that. Now, how would you say the same thing simply and clearly?
I would say, I think we should use the resources we already have to help our teams work better together.
See? Instant understanding. It sounds confident because it's easy to understand. Another great tip for simplicity is to build a word bank of simple, effective words. For example, instead of saying utilize, just say use. Instead of purchase, say buy. Instead of endeavor, say project or task. These small changes make a huge difference in how clear and direct you sound.
This is a great moment for our listeners to practice. We're going to say the clear version again, and we want you to repeat it out loud. Ready? I'll say the first part. I think we should use the resources we already have
to help our teams work better together.
How did that feel? Probably much more natural than trying to say, synergize our capabilities.
Okay, so that's pillar 1, simplicity and clarity. Let's move on to the second pillar, tone and pace. This is so important.
Yes, it's not just what you say, but how you say it. Confident people tend to speak at a calm, steady pace. When we're nervous, we often speak very quickly.
Let me demonstrate. I'll introduce myself in a rushed, nervous way. Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm a podcast host, and I'm really excited to be here and talk about English.
That feels a bit anxious, and it's hard to catch everything you said.
Now, here's the confident version. Notice the pauses and the slower pace. Hi, my name is Alex. I'm a podcast host, and I'm really excited to be here.
That sounds so much more in control. The pauses give your words more weight.
It's a simple trick. Before you speak, take a small breath. And don't be afraid of short pauses between your sentences. It gives you a moment to think, and it gives your listener a moment to understand.
Let's have our listeners try this. Wherever you are, just introduce yourself out loud. Say your name and what you do or what you study. Try to do it slowly and calmly. Go ahead.
Great. Remember that feeling of control. That is confidence.
Okay, that brings us to our third pillar, using simple, powerful phrases.
This is about having a few key phrases ready for common situations. This way, you don't have to search for words. Let's talk about sharing an opinion. Many learners feel they need to start with something very formal,
Right, like, it is my considered assertion that.
when you can just use simple, confident phrases like, I think, or I believe.
My favorite is in my opinion. It's clear, polite, and shows you are about to share your view.
Another good one is, from my perspective. Let's practice one. Listeners, repeat after me. In my opinion, this is a good plan.
Simple and effective. Now, what about a harder situation, like disagreeing politely?
This is a big one. People are afraid of sounding rude. Again, a simple phrase is your best tool. Instead of just saying, I disagree, which can be a bit strong.
You can soften it. For example, I see your point, but I have a different view.
That's perfect. It shows you we're listening, but you have your own idea. Another one is, I understand where you're coming from. However, I think.
Let's practice that. Everyone, repeat after me. I see your point, but I have a different view.
Having these phrases ready in your mind makes a huge difference. You feel prepared, and that makes you feel more confident.
That's a really great point, Maya, and it brings up something I see native speakers do all the time. Use short sentences. We often think that long, complex sentences sound more fluent, but the opposite is true.
I totally agree. In social situations especially, short sentences sound much more natural and friendly. If you're meeting someone for the first time, you don't want to overwhelm them with complicated language.
Okay, let's put all three pillars together in a final real-life scenario. Alex, imagine you're my boss. You ask me for an update on a project I'm working on.
All right, I'm the boss. Here we go. Hi, Maya. How is the marketing report coming along?
Okay, first I'll do the overcomplicated, nervous version. The aforementioned report is currently undergoing a process of meticulous data acconglamation, and I anticipate its finalization imminently.
As your boss, I'd probably just say, so you're almost done?
Exactly. Now here's the simple, clear, and confident version. I'll use a calm pace and simple phrases.
Okay. Hi, Maya. How is the marketing report coming along?
It's going well. I'm still gathering the data, but I expect to finish it soon. I can probably send you the first draft by Friday.
That is a perfect answer. It's simple, it gives me a clear update, and it manages my expectations by giving a timeline. That is professional and confident.
And I didn't use a single advanced vocabulary word. It's all about communication.
Absolutely. I think it's time for a quick recap. What are the key takeaways for our listeners today?
Okay, main point number 1. Forget the myth that you need big words. The real goal is to be understood. Clarity is confidence.
Number 2, focus on the 3 pillars. First, use simple and clear language. Choose the easy word over the complicated one.
Next, watch your tone and pace. Speak slowly and calmly. Use pauses to give yourself time to think and to let your words have impact.
And finally, prepare some simple, powerful phrases for common situations, like sharing opinions or disagreeing. This will help you feel ready for anything.
And that's really it. It's not magic. It's just a different way of thinking about what it means to be a good communicator in English.
And that's all the time we have for today on No Stress English. We really hope these tips help you feel more relaxed and powerful when you speak.
Remember, every time you speak is a chance to practice. Don't aim for perfection, aim for connection. You are doing an amazing job just by learning and trying.
Thanks so much for listening. You can find this episode and all our others on our YouTube channel, No Stress English. Be sure to subscribe for more tips.
We'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, keep practicing and stay confident. Bye for now.